host of CNN 10, and today we will be talking all about South Korea. Today's first story is about a racehorse that was killed for meat in South Korea. Making a stand to help the racehorses from not being slaughtered. The Australian racing authorities have been called on to Valley Greens and Animal Welfare to halt exports until the slaughterhouse meets Australian standards. The Australian government says that they cannot stop it because it is out of their hands. But it shows that the Australians thought breeds which were purchased at Magic Millions being trucked in to be killed. Winx was retired in April after 33 winning streaks that made her one of the most feted horses in Australian racing history. Other horses saw others die because 2 horses were sent into the kill chamber at the same time. Horses seeing other horses die was a breach of Korean animal welfare laws. The Koreans were breaking the Australian welfare laws and the Korean ones. Dr. Beta Jones, the chief of PSPCA, said that the facility would not meet supply chain requirements. It would not pass animal welfare laws. Jones said that the footage was very distressing. Just like South Korea, Australia slaughtered horses but the only difference is that the Australians followed their own animal welfare laws. Now, if Australians wanted South Koreans to follow their laws, they could also work with Korean authorities and try to work something out. Some Australians think that Australian authorities should do the first option and halt exports to South Korea. Now, a lot of people think both South Korea and Australia should stop slaughtering racers and make sure the horses live the longest life that they can have. The racing industry should start to take care of the horses and other animals. Now some countries are making sure that their horses are living great lives and living the longest that they possibly can. Even though a lot of horses had to be slaughtered, including Winx's brother, it does not mean it had no purpose. The horses were slaughtered help countries realize that they treated their horses wrong. Help countries change their animal welfare laws. Some countries change their laws by putting microchips in the horses to see where they are. Still, some countries have failed to track their horses. Some people believe, depending on where the horses come from, that the country should bring them into other country so that they know where the horses are going. That is basically
A young U.S. soldier, John Garces, decided to surprise his wife and son at school after being deployed in South Korea for several months. Their union was successful thanks to the help of his parents and the school principal. Now here's the clip.
Hey, baby.
This next story is about a rare bear spotted in South Korea. It's very interesting.
Now in Seoul, the rare type of bear, the Asiatic bear, was captured on camera. It was in the eastern part of the area that divides North and South Korea. As you can see, it is a very cool picture.
This next story is about the 5G revolution. I hope you have your phones ready.
5G is the fastest, most powerful form of cellular data in the world. So let's go back to the first 5G network rollout in South Korea. South Korea is the third most advanced country in technology in the entire world. And it was also the first country to release a 5G network. But what is 5G? Well, 5G is a new type of cellular network, providing speeds up to 10 gigabits per second, Gbps. And it's also fast enough to download big files in a really short amount of time. But what could this mean for 5G? Verizon has made a statement about releasing 5G networks in the US, and AT&T has said the same thing too. But how long will it take for technology to fully evolve, and will more network providers still continue to provide 5G networks in South Korea?
Now it's time for 10-second trivia. What is the real name of Suga, a member of South Korea's K-pop band BTS? Min Young-ji, Kim Yoo, Jun Ho-sik, or Kim Tae-hong? The correct answer is Min Young-ji. This next story is about K-pop history. I hope you have your history books ready.
K-pop now is booming with many streams on Spotify and many streams of fans on the sideline. But K-pop isn't all that new. It actually began in the 1950s. K-pop started at the time of the Korean War. 5 years after Korea split, the Korean War started in 1950. Neither sides of Korea were happy just having power in their designated area. They wanted all of Korea, which was what the war was about. The Korean War was a very tragic war. Many died and families were separated. And while South Korea was in pieces from the war, many others were making hits around the world, like Marilyn Monroe and Louis Armstrong. So entertainers from South Korea stepped up. Many acts like the Kim sisters and the Pearl sisters became popular and were big hits in the 1960s. But then Park Chung was elected president. Park Chung banned songs and wanted to squash the musical culture. But then in late 1979, everything changed when Park Chung was shot and killed. You would think K-pop would be popular again after Park Chung's death, but it wasn't. Park Chung still made an impact on K-pop. Then, later in the 1990s, a new band was born, Seo Taiji and Boys. The public loved them. They were a new, excited band and were majorly popular. Business was extremely well in the late 1990s and went up from there. And now even better in 2019 with K-pop bands like BTS. And now BTS is the first Asian act to top 5 billion streams on Spotify. Back to you, Elizabeth.
This next story is about robot baristas.
Hello there. Today we'll go over the robot baristas that are going to be serving you your frappe in South Korea. Yes, they'll be revolutionary. Also, robots are cool. This will be great, so I can get my morning espresso faster because Jim is too slow and he messes up my work. Quick and efficient. Back to you, Bruno. Up to 14 drinks can be held at a time. I think this robot revolution could come with some downsides, though. Yes, for example, many people could lose their jobs. Also, it's $25,000 for just one robot. Don't worry about any robot. I'm still not letting my robot parts terminate. I don't want them to get any ideas.